family units needs to rise up to their responsibility.
That's very good.
This is actually a kind of failure that started from the family. And do we even blame those that fail in family? I used to have, in my former church, we used to have a couple. Unfortunately, one of them is late now. These guys, we always be on each other's neck. Physical abuse, everything. In fact, at times they fight inside the church sef. So if you are a pastor posted to that place and you've not settled that crisis, in fact, we joke about it that family is the number one specimen to test the ability of any pastor posted to that church on how to resolve crisis. You understand? And both the husband and the wife happen to be my friend. And I can tell you, I'm not judging. None of these guys have what the Yorubas call home training. And one is a pastor was complaining bitterly. And when he was complaining, I was laughing. I said, why are you laughing? Two people without proper home training or upbringing get married. I said, even if one had been, if one asked and the other one did not have much, maybe the one that has a very deep one. But these guys, so just like a discussion that we were joking that, okay, a Yahoo boy getting married to an Olosho, what do you think that marriage will be? And what will it be the product of children that will come out of that union? Are you getting me?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So what I'm saying is, if you are saying let's go back to the family units and let's start tackling that problem, a lot of families are not even meant to be together. Because this thing we are talking about has eaten so deep. Though, like I said, technology is an amplifier. It is these days that husband and wife will be on the bed. The wife is with her phone.
Yeah.
On one side, the husband is with her. In fact, all of you in a family, you can be 10. Maybe an event brings you guys together and you are like 10 in a very big sitting room. I can assure you that even while you are talking physically, majority of you that are having those conversations are on the call talking to someone else.
Yeah.
So that's bonding. The immediate family bonding is not actually there as such. But you may just be surprised that the other side of people that are not close to you physically, you are bonding well. Seriously speaking, that you're. In fact, let me say something funny. On one of the groups of one of my alumni group that I belong to, there are characters that when we were together in the university, we hardly talk. In fact, one, we talk, but we hardly agree on anything. But over the years, we throw banters on the group page, political banter, anyone. I discovered that I had become very, very close
to
those two guys.
Yeah.
That we were hardly on the same page when we were much younger. We bond well, even outside of the group. We have constant private conversation. So, to be honest, it is a two-sided thing. But the family, I think, what is having issues with us, and sorry to say, the religion too did not help matters. Did not, except we just want to play the ostrich and assume it did not happen. Religious contribution to this thing is very, very high. I was, during the election, Muslim ticket, Christian, Muslim, blah, 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 blah. And one day, I myself and the pastor were talking, and I said, look, you people have successfully spoiled, as a you religious leader, you have successfully spoiled this nation. And he was asking me, how? For God's sake, in my secondary school, I went to a mission school, a Christian school,
Yeah.
a school owned by a church. Do you now know the funny thing about that school? In my class, the population is like 55-45, if not 50-50. I had as much Muslim in my class
As
as
Christian.
Christians. And to be very, very honest, we really don't see
Yeah.
anything different.
Yeah.
When they kill their Ileya cow, Ileya ram, we are there
We
together.
together. Yeah.
When it is Christmas, they come.
Mm.
When it is, in fact, let me now bust your bubble. On Fridays, we observe Muslim prayers.
Yes, yes. Oh, okay. Yes, yes. Yeah, I
You
remember.
understand?
Yeah.
The assembly on Friday in a Christian school, though,
Yeah.
the assembly on Friday. In fact, I used to tell people until recently that I started forgetting things. I'm not an old man anyway. In those days, I could read most of the basic Islamic prayers. You know, it's something you hear constantly. In fact, we look
Yeah,
forward
yeah.
to Fridays.
Mm.
You understand? Because normally you sing Christian song from Monday to Thursday. It was fun,
Mm.
but all of a sudden, if you did not read for an exam and you fail, it is your father's sister that is doing you.
Mm.
Even among Christians, they will tell you, this person, don't go and eat in his house because
Mm.
he will take your glory.
Mm.
So at the end, so many things. I have nephews and nieces that we've not seen in the last 10 years. In fact, 2022 November, I met one of my nieces. The only reason why I could recognize her was that the mom told her to come and see me. The only person in that family that she's in communication with as we speak is my dad.
Mm.
And that's why she could tell her daughter to come and see me. You understand?
Yeah.
In fact, so many she will tell me, don't go to your hometown. No, if this person calls you, don't let this person farm. You understand? So religion itself has caused a lot of division. You don't want to take your children to the village because of village people. Even if village people are coming outside, you understand? You don't want them to be identified with you.
Mm.
You understand? So many
Yeah, yeah, I
things.
get. Yeah,
There are
yeah.
there are friend requests you will see on Facebook and say, this is this wicked uncle's child.
Mm.
She too for don't get wish.
Mm.
I know they accept.
It's good that you have pointed out, where the issues came from and how to address them in the sense of family, religion. And I think I should add this. I think, yeah, also the technology that we mentioned. So I think I should add this. I think there should be something like a social um awareness or sensitization, that could take place that could make us, understand our unity, the unity in our diversity. Yes, we have different, take for example, Nigeria, we have different um, cultures, we have different tribes, we have different, but then we are together as one. As diverse as we are, then we should try to understand our oneness as a people, because take it or leave it, we belong to the same country. And the only place that I know we have exemplified this is in sports, especially football. Because when you are watching football, maybe you are in an open place in the stadium watching football, you don't care who is next to you, whether the guy is a Muslim, you don't ask for his name, you don't care whether the person is an Igbo person or an Hausa person, you just together you celebrate and you begin to talk and you have friends. And by the time you eventually even know that this person is this or that, it doesn't matter anymore. So that's why I'm saying, how can we, begin to also build on this so that we can conserve that part of us that is enviable, that part of us that is also advantageous to our growth as a people. So I think in social consciousness to make us know that, see, the fact that this person has a different opinion, a different political view from yours, does not mean that you can't agree on some other terms, and does not mean that this person has to be your enemy. Are you getting me? Yeah,
Yeah.
we can, like, we talked about your friends that in the past when you were in school that you were not really talking with, but now because you did not agree on many terms, but now you begin to, and that's it. The fact that we don't agree on many terms does not mean that we can't love each other or we can't appreciate each other for it's is the um issue that we are tackling. We are disagreeing on issues, we are not disagreeing as personalities, because take it or leave it, we live together. It's just like we have children of the same father or of the same parents living together. Definitely they will have arguments, they will have issues they will have to sort, but they are still siblings in one way or the other. So I think we need to create this social consciousness within ourselves as a people, to know that, okay, this person, to feel for one another, and to know how we can look out for one another. And part of what I'm saying is, okay, last year, I think some musicians did something that impressed me. And whether we like it or not, in one way or the other, it reminded people of thinking about their friends, thinking about their people. Johnny Drill, released this song, "How Are You, My Friend?" And
Yeah.
Sparrow, "Who's Your Guy?" And whether you like it or not, when you are when people are listening to those songs, you remember like some of your friends, and you feel like, okay, let me just reach out to this person. So that's the kind of social awareness that I think can also be created to help. Or what do you think?
Yes. Really, there's a lot to do if this should come back, but I doubt if it will ever come back fully
Mm.
because we've lost a lot of ground. Um, but I think the government too. Let me talk. Okay, let me talk. Let me localize it to Nigeria. There's this body they call National Orientation Agency.
Mhm.
I think they've been sleeping seriously because the National Orientation Agency is not just about um, dishing out political this thing and everything. I think these are the areas they should look into. I remember in Babangida days, this body called MAMSA.
Mm.
MAMSA did so well when they were trying to curb us from laying children like chicken, family planning. MAMSA was at the forefront of these activities. So
Mm.
I think government needs to wake up to this because we are losing empathy and we have
Yeah. Mm.
we have lost empathy.
Mm.
We have a generation, we are producing a generation of, I don't even know the adjective to use.
Seriously, it's just crazy when you think about what goes on social media.
I don't know
Yeah.
the right adjective to use.
Mm.
A people that, in fact, even the reality of life is not that clear to them.
Mm. Yeah.
I'm serious. Look at what happened last Sunday after the final match at the Nations Cup.
Mm.
And a lot of vituperation against some very, very patriotic guys that laid
Yeah.
their life on the pitch. Why? Because we have a set of abnormal people
Mm.
who, who could not realize that in life you win some and you lose some.
Mm.
Let's look a bit into the political arena. Because of loss of election, in every election there is not possible to have three, four, five winners. You will have one, and somebody will lose. Do you know that majority of those who experience loss till this evening, as we speak, are still fighting tooth and nail so that everything will spoil and they will must it get to that level? We have lost empathy.
Yeah. We have lost everything.
We have lost it. We are not the same people we used to be.
Yeah, that's it.
We are
And
not
it's
the same
painful.
people. In life, you lose some, you win some. If you win today, they clap for you. And somebody was talking, they are rubbish, Super Eagles. And I said, look, I have one question. How many nations came into the Nations Cup? Say 32. And you are second in 32. That means there are other. So what do you do to our very good neighbors and friends? What do you think the Ghanaians should have done to the Black Stars? I think if judging by your own standard as a Nigerian, the day Ghana dropped out of the group stage, when they got to the airports, they should have just placed them to face firing squad and they killed them. Abi?
Mm.
If you can be this callous with
Mm.
somebody that came second in a competition, though that one too has its own issue.
Yeah,
A
of
lot of them
course.
have used their money to place bets.
Yes, that's it. That's another thing. That's
Yes,
another issue.
a lot
That's
of them
another
played and
issue.
they lost.
So the
And for
emotional thing is, actually
what
tied to something else.
there was a time
Mm.
this guy, Anthony Joshua,
Mm.
lost a match, and one guy just came and started speaking anyhow. And I just had to respond that how on earth is Anthony Joshua the cause of your life predicaments? Was it the one that sent you to go and play bet and you lost? I said you are foolish.
Mm.
Your mate is doing well for himself. On this same person, you are placing a bet, and now that you lost,
You are blaming
it's
the same person that is moving on with his life.
just
Even the person that lost made money out of the loss.
lost. And you are saying it's a rubbish broadcast. I said,
Mm.
what do you mean? This guy had been champion till around 2015,
Yeah,
down to
for
2021.
maybe 7 years or more.
And now, and
Mm.
somebody's not telling me, this guy is a failure. I said, you are a failure too. In fact, you are more because I don't know, apart from, I'm not sure of any other thing you have apart from your Facebook account that you are
Mm.
using to pure rubbish. That if your family name is mentioned, I wonder what tangible thing can be attributed to your family that you just play down on people's hard
Hard
work.
work. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Mm.
So we over time we are raising people without empathy. You
Mm.
understand?
That's
We have
it.
even, I don't want to be tribalistic. As a Yoruba man, I used to tell people we have lost what made us Yorubas.
Mm.
You will just see a 10, 15-year-old boy talking anyhow to a 60, 70-year-old person. It
Mm.
is all like us.
Yeah.
Earlier, we were saying this thing that when we were growing up, if you do something wrong, in fact, before your parents are aware, the uncle, in fact, somebody you are not related with that, but in fact, without any personal relationship with your father or mother,
Mm.
we pick you up from that place. After dealing out some punishments, we drag you and we ask, are you the father of this child, sir? This is
Mm.
what and what he has done. Caution him. And your father will never blame, your father or mother will never
That
blame such a
person.
person.
Mm.
Your punishment will continue from that. And that's why they have
There's even
this.
an argument in Yoruba that says that it's just one person that gives birth to a child, but
That's what
several eyes, look after.
it's two eyes that gave birth to a
Yeah.
child, but 200 of eyes will
We
be the
look
one
after
to
the
raise
child.
that child.
Mm.
That's the profile I was about to say. Thank God you took it out of my mouth. So, what are we saying? The national orientation has a lot to do. But unfortunately, too, if you are leaving this thing to the political class, what value has the political class got to give us?
At all, in any way whatsoever.
So it is so painful. Even as far as we are saying, oh, we have lost this, we have lost this. Do you know that, okay, thank God you are in Europe now. Don't you feel lonely?
Of course, I do.
I have a friend that moved, in fact, this one moved with his family and children to the UK, and he was complaining bitterly. That they just called, in fact, I said, but guy, now work me sef dey as you dey do your work. No talk say because you dey break today, you go dey disturb me for work. And we're laughing. I was saying, and it was like, I don't know what to do. I feel like coming back home. I said, wetin happen now? Are you not making money?
That's a topic for another time.
Yes.
Seriously.
And it was like, are you not making money? The guy was
Mm.
like, he's making money that he's not used to this kind of lifestyle.
Mm.
From office, from house to the office, back home,
That's it.
out to the office, even when he needs to go to church on a Sunday, 1 hour, 1.5 hours, church is
That's it.
over. That you cannot just see your neighbor and say good morning or let me go and greet you. He said, look, I miss Nigeria. In fact,
Yeah, that's the point.
he happens to be a musician like me, and he was like,
Mm.
all this party we go to, we sing and blah, 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 blah. It is not there. That this life, he said, boredom won't finish me. I said, look,
Seriously.
if boredom will finish you, remember how much you put into this thing. If that money you have not made times 10, don't come back here. I'll be the one to personally chase you back. You understand? So as much as we want to agree that we've lost this communal life thing, let me tell you something, it is still in us
Mm.
because
Mm.
we are not as detached as the white.
Mm.
If you are 18 in your father's house as a white man, you go join parents. But here, that is not applicable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even at this stage, my father will tell me to come and parent in his house. I won't ask him. I'm not going to go and live in his house. But if I want to live in his house,
Yeah.
he will tell me to come and parent. Which kind of rent? We
For
go
who?
scatter. So, but on a more serious note, I think there is a lot to do.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we must, as a people, first realize that this thing that we've lost is very, very vital.
Yeah.
That is who we are.
Mm.
Those are the things that make us who we are.